All right, Assalamu alaikum. Good afternoon, audience. Today we've got a very special guest. I mean, all our guests are very special because they work in school, as you know. We're the people that are working even when people are not doing a lot of things. Someone who actually does many, many roles in the school. Maybe a surprise for a lot of staff members because we don't get to really see people in the office that often, and we really don't get to know what they do. So I've got someone who's actually got many roles. One of those, some of those roles that I know is teacher's aide and also the school nurse. And also there are some other roles in the office she does. So that's none other than Miss Julieanne. So I'm going to actually ask her to introduce to us, tell us about her role in the office, and also tell us about the photo. I mean, I am thinking that's your family outside some special castle or something. I don't know. Tell us about the photo. Tell us about yourself. It's all yours.
Okay. All right. I do have a habit of rambling, so I'll try and be like to the point. So as you said, I'm a teacher aide. So I have mainly been working with kindy and year one, a bit of year 2 and 3, depending. And that's just with like literacy and numeracy support. With all of the online stuff happening now, we're either in class and we are now currently doing online sessions on Google. So that's fun for them. And then I'm the school nurse. So obviously with all the first aid kids coming in with injuries, I'm usually in the office dealing with them and all of the medication packs and everything. And then just all the bits and pieces that we run around, and we're like Joanne's little helpers. I think Miss Mena calls us like the 3 musketeers with Yasmin, Dina and I. So yeah, that's fun. And with this photo, I have no idea how old I was at this point. We are actually in Egypt. So everyone is in the photo minus my dad. I have quite a big family. So there's 6 of us. I've got 3 older sisters, myself, a younger sister, and then my brother. I'm actually half Egyptian, half British. So my dad's Egyptian and my mum's British. And then this was outside of the Muhammad Ali Mosque, I believe it was, on one of the holidays that we did.
So whereabouts in UK are you from?
I actually have no idea. I should have actually checked that before because I know you are from there. I don't know if it's like Essex or Sussex or honestly, I have no idea.
They're both Sussex and Essex. They both are in UK. So
yeah, but like I didn't know which one. So it's
which one? Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know. Like I don't know where she was from because she left England when she was like 7 years old, and the same for my dad. He left Egypt when he was 7. And I've been to Egypt for many holidays. I actually lived there as well for a couple of years, but I've never been to England, and I really do want to go because I want to know a bit more of that side. But yeah, I have no idea like where she's from.
That's good to know. So which one are you in that photo? Okay, let me make a guess.
Yeah, have a guess.
Okay, so you're the one with the black jacket.
Yes, that's me at the front there.
Okay, yeah, so I'm actually good at guessing. So I should start playing lottery now.
Yeah. So yeah, a big family.
MashaAllah, May. So all of you are in Australia now or moved around?
Yeah, we're in Australia. We grew up here, then we lived in Qatar for a few years, and then we came back, and then we moved to Egypt for a couple of years, and then we've been back ever since.
Okay,
so, yeah, it was fun. It was nice being able to experience schools in different countries and how they were, but definitely do love Australia.
Well, that's what they say. Once you're Australian, you always love Australia. I mean, I was speaking to Nicola the other day. You probably watched that interview. Whenever I asked Nicola, what would you say you are? She would say, I'm Australian. So I don't know. There's something people have this love about Australia.
Yeah.
I still haven't developed that love. I don't know when it's going to come. But look, I like to be honest. So I still haven't developed that love as of yet.
It doesn't make it much easier right now, given the situation, but yeah.
Well, also, tell us something that you know really well. I mean, sorry, that's my second question. Sorry, but something that you always wanted to learn.
Something that I've always wanted to learn is sign language. So like Auslan, I think it's Auslan, I think that's the word for it. Just being able to as well as like improving my Arabic, which is like the Egyptian dialogue. It's very basic. Like when I'm in the Kindy and Year 1 classes, I'm at that level, if not less. Sometimes I ask them the question because, yeah, it can be pretty shocking. So Arabic is obviously one of them, of course, and then to like further for Islamic studies and everything. But I really want to learn sign language just so that it opens up to another area of, people that are deaf and being able to communicate with them in that way. I'd really like, but I know letters are one thing, and then putting it together. I mean, I guess I should try to take a note of all of the daily COVID updates because they have someone there. But I don't know. Hopefully one day.
Oh no, that's such a rewarding career as well. Being that bridge between those people who can't understand and also trying to communicate with both sides. I mean, I do think that's such a rewarding career because I do know from memory now, because most of the masjids back in America have sign language khutbah subsequently while the imam's talking.
Oh, that's amazing.
So most of the masjids in USA.
Yeah.
So they've started this initiative.
Wow, that's incredible.
So that'd be such a rewarding career if you want to go down that path. Also, because you're a teacher's aide, have you spoken to anyone of becoming a full-time teacher later on down the track?
Yeah. So I forgot to mention that. So I graduated, I did nursing, and now I'm currently doing my master's in teaching. Inshallah, I should finish at the end of next year. So I technically do actually have my conditional accreditation, and I can like always cover the classes and everything. But it just makes it easier with like studying that I'm doing, like the support aspect. But yeah, that is the goal, to then get into teaching. So it's really nice to be able to jump between the different classes, see the different teaching styles, and get a bit from all of the different years to see what I sort of like. Unfortunately, we don't really get to spend as much time with the older like primary years, and I really do enjoy that as well. But the young ones are cute. They're good.
Is that what your sector is? You're teaching primary school?
Primary.
Anything else you would like to?
Sorry, what was that?
No, anything else you would like to add on that list? If we talk about learning, that's always a bucket list. Okay, I want to do that. I want to do this.
Yeah. I don't know. There's lots of things.
All right. Well, from that, if we move on to the second question, which is definitely, or we've learned today that you're a registered nurse. That's amazing. Something that you know really well. So definitely, nursing really well.
Yeah, I have been out. Like I haven't been like practicing for a bit of time, and I am going to be re-entering like in the coming months for that as well. But so I was asking Joanne, I'm like, I don't know how to answer this question. And I'm like, what is it that I know or can do really well? And she's like, you can talk. But I ramble on a lot when I talk. Try to think of what I know really well. I feel like that's a really hard question. And I know everyone seems to have that problem because I feel like you can never know something entirely. But
think of something that, when people would come to you, okay, that's the go-to person. Because they're assuming you know that thing well than anyone else. So that's why they're coming to you.
I don't know. I don't know. It's really hard. It's really hard.
What about your friends, your family? Do they come to you for advice? Do they?
Yeah, like they know me as being just very like, yeah, they come for me for advice in like whatever way, I suppose. I can't really like narrow it down to what exactly. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not good with this.
That's okay. Well, look, if you think of anything, we can always come back to it.
Yeah.
There's no particular structure to this interview. All right. What is something that people are usually surprised to hear about you? I think I was surprised that you're a registered nurse. Is there any other surprises you want to give us today?
Apart from that, like I guess maybe people, I mean, generally maybe they know, but general people, maybe they're surprised that I'm not a revert because of I look just like straight up Aussie, sound it, my name, like I was named after the midwife. And then, yeah, so I think maybe that's a bit surprising to people that even though that is completely fine. And if anything, sometimes like in public, if people have thought that I'm actually fine for that, so that they can think, and that it's more common that there are a lot of reverts and they may think like, oh, I wonder what made her look into Islam and things like that. So I don't mind even if they do, because it's a beautiful thing. Maybe another thing is that, I don't know, I guess I'm getting married this year, inshallah. I was meant to get married at the end of the year, but I'll be doing my Islamic marriage in the coming weeks because of COVID's all over the place. So I thought, I'm not going to wait around for COVID.
Well, best of luck with 5 guests, including your parents.
I know, it's really bad. It's like, it's a terrible time. I think it's all up 11, but it's, yeah.
I know it's 5. I mean, I don't know if you've seen that advert put by ABC where the mother just coughs and the pastor says, who's that? And they need to leave because they've started coughing and they're left with 4 people. And then she says, oh, Mum, you have to leave because you're not feeling well. So 5 guests all up.
I don't know why they don't make it 6. Like, make it even on both sides. It makes it really hard to try to pick, between the people. It's a very difficult situation.
So 5 guests all up, not including the bride and the groom, obviously, and the guy who's doing the marriage.
And 2 witnesses as well. So all up of people that you can have 7. So at least it's a bit of something, but yeah. I guess it brings it back down to the basics of getting married now. So without all the big shebang, I suppose, puts it in perspective.
Saves money as well, definitely.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I think it's a good time to get married. If anyone's listening and they want to get married, now is a very good time.
You don't need to worry about doing the whole big thing.
Well, you don't have to really invite people, so that's a lot of saving there.
Yeah.
And that could be money saved for holiday.
Exactly.
Well, I don't know if there's a holiday up for grabs anytime soon.
Yes, that too.
Again, it could be saving towards the house. Yeah, definitely. We can buy houses.
Yeah.
Anything else? I mean, people really get surprised.
I don't know, because I feel that I'm quite just open in a way that I don't know, really. Oh, I make really good butter chicken. I don't know if that's a surprise. Maybe that's what I know really well. I know how to make really good butter chicken.
So basically, you've been making all those butter chickens that's being served to the staff. Not really.
No, that's not me. I haven't actually made it yet.
Okay.
But yes, I do think that I can do a pretty good butter chicken.
I'll be going back to all these videos and looking at people who have actually said they know really well how to cook. So those people will be really called and send an email after we're out of the lockdown so they can make food. Bring that dish in that they've actually proclaimed that they know really well. So I'll be looking forward for your butter chicken.
Oh God, why did I put myself in that position? Okay, sure.
Well, look, we're all in a very difficult time, and we are looking for advices, and every advice goes a long way. So what would you like to tell the staff, everyone that's listening after the interview is published? What would you like to tell us?
I think there's been a lot of good advice along the way, and I'm not sure if I'll be repeating myself, but I guess just given the situation, obviously, I think it's just to make the most of it all and to put it into perspective, and then just think, alhamdulillah, for what we have, and we are very fortunate, and just to really use that time. I feel like we always want time to just be still, and we're always on the move, and we actually have that time now. And I think that just like in Ramadan, it's known to say, don't count the days, make the days count. I feel that the same could be said in this way, where we can try to really utilize our time to, whether it's, learning more about a religion, or learning a skill, or working on your exercise outside, or just spending more time with your family, that otherwise time seems to fly really quickly. I think just being able to try to make the most out of it which I know can be really hard. But yeah, I guess sort of that.
Well, look, from the exercise, I go back to my question number 2, what you know really well. So because you grew up in Australia, and so I'm assuming you probably were good at some kind of sport.
Yeah, I was also going to mention sport. I feel like I'm pretty good at sport. I was like, I'm all-rounder in a way. I was really good at swimming, actually. I really love swimming. Like netball, odds tag, things like that. I also played them when I was overseas as well. So yeah, I do quite like sports.
So netball, I mean, netball definitely is something very big in Australia, definitely amongst the girls.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a big one that we used to play. So I
Well,
guess,
one surprising fact I know about you, which I was really surprised, you actually work for a charity organization, and a UK-based charity organization.
yeah, I used to. So I didn't want to bring it up on this or anything, but I have a fair bit of a following on Instagram. So I kind of, whether you want to call it a like blogger, influencer, whatever it is. And then through that, I've worked with a lot of companies and sort of organisations within Sydney. And then I got involved with Penny Appeal because I've always wanted to do charity work, and I was fortunate enough to become like an ambassador for them. And then we'd raise money for wells and hunger programs, and I actually went to Sri Lanka to visit their water well program. So that was really a great experience to be a part of.
I think part of your career has always been rewarding
Yeah,
because you want to become a teacher,
I like
and then
things.
you're a nurse as well, and then you want to do something charitable as well, and also you want to do sign language. That's all
Yeah,
rewarding there.
yeah. I guess that's what like I like things that help people and in that kind of way, I suppose. That pretty much narrows me down. I guess you can tell with all those different areas that I'm in.
Look, I really want to wish you all the best in your, future, and particularly the things that you would like to do, that you're successful in them.
Thank
And also now we come to an end. I mean, in the end, it's always fun for me, but not particularly fun for the people who are sitting on the other side. But you know what? I'll give you something easy. I thought that was easy, but they're very psychological, because when you're put on the spot, even if I'm
Yeah,
on the other side, it's not easy at all. But
yeah.
if you are only,
I
sorry,
love riddles and brain teasers, but when you're put under time pressure, that makes it a whole other thing.
well, I'll give you 20 seconds. Don't worry.
Okay.
Okay, I'll take your photo down, and we'll go to that quiz now. Let's see how you're going to do. Well, there's no pressure at all, because remember that a lot of people actually got this wrong. It really doesn't define you. It just defines my craziness. Okay, so on your screen, you can see that. Let me put the volume up so you don't have any excuses afterwards. And I'll mute myself so you can listen to it properly, because sometimes there's an echo going on. So there we go. I'm going to mute myself now, and I'll play that quiz.
Floor 10 button with it. The fortune. A very rich father in the Middle East is going to die, but before he dies, he tells his two sons that they will compete by riding a camel each to a city. The camel that gets to the city slowest wins. Yeah, you heard that right. It's the camel that comes in last that wins. What you think would happen, happens. As these brothers don't want to win, they just end up riding around in the desert and not really going anywhere. It seems kind of futile, as none of them wants to reach the city. But then they meet a wise man, and that wise man tells them something. The brothers listen, and suddenly they both head to the city as fast as they can. What did the wise man say? The wise man said to them,
What? What is this? Oh my god. Time. Well, I don't know. I'm thinking like time is money, but I know that these are all just a play on words, and it's sort of within the question in some sort of way. But that's. Sorry, I can't hear you.
Remember, the camel that comes last will win.
Ah, okay. So they could actually get there physically themselves.
But they have to go on the camels.
Oh. Gets there last. Oh, I'm not. I don't know.
Just make a wild guess.
So they have to be on the camel.
Yeah,
The camel that gets there last, but then they were racing to get there.
that's right. They're racing to get there. The big amount of money that you can get. And, quite ironically, I actually brought a Middle Eastern quiz without even knowing your background.
Oh yeah,
So,
I know. What are the chances of that? Honestly, I have no idea. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. So they race back.
is that your answer? It doesn't make sense to you.
I can't make sense of it. I'm really confused. So I thought maybe if they got off the camel and started going back, but yeah, I don't know. It's probably going to be really easy and simple, but I can't think of it. I don't know.
Wise people always say wise things. All right. So,
Yeah, I don't know.
okay.
It's terrible.
Let's go with that answer. I don't know. Let's see. Maybe the wise man would have said, I don't know. You never know. Let's see.
Switch camels. The reason, of course, is that they're now riding each other's camel, and so they want to win as their camel will be the slowest and they'll inherit the fortune. Thank you.
What? How does that make sense? They swap camels.
Yeah. So it's not their camel. So they're going to make.
Oh, so they'll go there quicker and then the other. Okay, right. I never thought of that. I never thought of them sipping. Okay, you got me there.
I think you were close. You were talking about switching, but it was not just the camels didn't come in your head.
Okay, that was a hard one. I mean, I found it hard at least.
I think, as I said, when someone's on the other side, they're all very hard.
Yeah. No, it's good though. I like them.
All
And
right.
the whole process of this.
No, thank you so much for being part of this. And I'm sure that people will know so much about you that they've actually not known. And it's so true that often we don't know. We work in the same place for so many years without even knowing what the other person is.
Yeah, it's really, I really loved these videos of you. Thank you for creating these. It's a really good way, not only just now feeling like we're connected, but in general, like you said, to be able to get to know staff a bit better. So yeah, it's been really good to see everyone's videos, and thank you for having me be part of it as well.
Well, thank you so much for being part of this. And well, look, I've learned so much about you. So I really wish you all the best in your future. You've got a great future ahead of you, and best of luck for your marriage as well. And definitely you can save a lot of money. And it's a that's a wise man there, to get married this season. That's what the wise man said.
And so also, by the way, how will you be interviewed yourself? Is someone going to do your one, or are you just going to do it yourself?
Well, that's the quiz. That's the quiz that we're going to be working on.
Oh, okay.
All right. Look after yourself. Thank you so much.
You too.
All right. Alaikum salam.